I was already planning when I was waiting, so I'm hoping it ends soon.
You're fucking playing Marvel Rivals during the stream?
I was in a game when Abby was fixing cams.
We got all of announcements to get through. It's okay.
Yeah,
That's
it will be
fine.
done by then.
That's fine. Wait, who are you playing?
I'm playing as Sue Storm.
Okay, good.
Because I have a mission to complete, and I just finished my mission as Luna Snow.
Okay.
And I only
UBK over there.
Yeah, it will be done soon. We're doing good.
All right. Well, welcome to Mistwalkers, session 116. Hello.
Hey, motherfuckers.
Hello.
Hi.
Our first sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVectair, all one word, at checkout for 15% off of your order. I don't think it's going to be tariffed, but who the fuck knows at this point? Tariff specifically on dice.
Yeah, no more nerds allowed in
75% tariff. No nerds allowed. Anyway, Maggie, what's your dice pick of the week?
Guess.
Considering I asked you and you told me, I think I have an unfair advantage.
But will you guess why it's that?
Because it looks like blood and cum?
Yes, but two of my favorite things, and you know what has blood and cum in it in the game? Vampire the Masquerade. Yeah, Vampire the Masquerade. And guess what? Guess whose channel is going to be doing Vampire the Masquerade soon?
Whose?
GM Jeremy, who is a friend of the channel from Old Men Rolling Dice.
Correct.
So what's the name of the dice?
Vampire Swirl.
Oh, okay.
And you know what's even scarier than a vampire swirls, according to Junji Ito?
What?
Swirls are scary.
Sorry, squirrels or swirls?
Swirls, not squirrels. There's no vampire swirls dice, though. I will remind me to suggest that to Ryan.
Okay.
Good for the squirrel apocalypse.
Ryan, I have your next $100 idea.
We got a group hydrate, so make sure you drink.
In the dice.
I gotta go back get water. I just had to come
moment.
back and tell you for this because you fucking said blood and cum is a vampire's blood. I'm fucking dying.
You broke Cedar. Way to go.
I do that.
Yeah, but we're not wrong.
It does kind of look like blood and cum. Anyway, we're still partnered with Monument Studios. They've supplied over 5,000 content creator-friendly and royalty-free, copyright-free music and sound effects for our games, and you can get them too. Starting on March 25th, their platform will be live with all of that content, plus more that wasn't ready for release back when we received our media package. So check them out over on Instagram, @Monument Studios, for more updates. Yeah, and go ahead and grab it if you haven't already. You can use it for stream or home games. We are leaving for GaryCon in a couple days. 3 of us that are sitting here will be there. So if you see us, come say hi. We might have some shit to give you. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on what Artemis brings with them. They're my supply.
Am I actually doing that?
Sure. Why not? Bring a couple mugs.
Okay.
Bring some pens. Whatever. Stickers, obviously.
Are we gonna make the Pen 15 club at GaryCon?
We are not making a penis club at GaryCon.
No, it's Pen 15. It's different. Trust me. Look at my face. Look how trustworthy it is.
Pen 15.
No.
Pen Island.
Yeah, Pen Island.
Last but not least, you can find all of our sessions over on our YouTube channel under the Live tab and podcast versions wherever you get your podcasts from. So if you prefer to listen to us instead of looking at us, that's how you do. Or you can just put it on in the background and not look at the screen. Either way. Whatever you want. We don't care.
I won't be offended.
I'll be offended. I'll cry.
I mean, you should come at least to see Rob's beautiful face.
That is true.
Especially since we got him a booster seat.
Yeah, we had to put him on a bunch of apple crates. So, like, you know, like when you're a kid, like the phone booths.
For those of you listening at home, Rob just sat up a little bit straighter.
Like as far as his spine would go.
We joke and stuff, but Rob is apparently over 6 feet tall.
I pumped up the chair. That's all.
Apparently.
Really, his legs are doing the little kicky thing.
Yeah.
He's sitting on a bunch of phone books. It's like the 90s.
Anywho.
We love you, Rob. I love you.
We love you. Who wants to recap last session?
I've done it the last like 7 times.
Uh-huh.
I think I did
Okay.
it last week.
You did.
Oh yeah, you did it last week, but the previous 6 times I did. I'm pretty sure.
The Marty knows going.
Well, some of it was Candela, and you and Rob went back and forth quite a bit on recapping.
Because we're the best. We're the
You
dream
are.
team, right, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
We're the recap. I don't know. I can't think of an alliteration.
Royals. Recap Royals.
Recap Royals.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's my turn then, Rob.
Sure.
Since nobody else wants to.
I literally
Make
sent
size
the
at
whole
Artemis.
I literally sent you the whole recap, Artemis, in a message. You cannot.
I know you did.
You could have just said. You could have just.
Listen,
started it.
I started a new job last week. My brain is full of cardiology nonsense. It hurts. Okay, leave me alone.
my brain is full of the 2 things that the swirl dice are made out of.
Blood and cum. Who put that there? All right, let's see.
Jesus Christ.
We did have a brief
Yes.
recap of the difference of people. Yes, sir. Wait, Rob, I thought Jesus was black. That came up on my reels today. I was really excited
Anyways.
to see it again. Listen, you're not doing the recap.
Yeah.
I'm leaving you alone. I'm leaving you alone. You sit over there, soldier boy. Okay, cool. We had a small recap of how the difference between the believers and the husks for the turmoil of doubt and believers of the kidnapped, quote-unquote, Darkonians, being as such. When people don't recognize the mists as an entity, all that matters is their own little word. Like the quote-unquote NPCs, the husks, soulless non-believers who don't see. Will you please? Who don't husks, and then there's the recycled souls who are considered to be the believers, who recognize the mists as an entity, who are aware of the things that are happening around them and have the potential to actually be player characters.
Yes, they have the potential. They're not
Yes.
necessarily aware. They just have more openness to it.
We have taken a long rest. People are beginning to rouse. Breakfast is getting cooked. Conversations, carnies, typical in-camp kind of dealies going on. Roasting meats, food, animal dung, all familiar smells now that we are back in the Bardos. Keeley awakes, does some praying, knows the lilting voice that is the entity that calls itself their son. What does she feel? She's hopeful that this is indeed Xander, hopes that this is true. Her kitten Spike rouses her, and she goes to see if Athelstan is awake. Meanwhile, Atlas is trying to speak with his plants for the first time since returning to 5e. Straw Herald seemed nervous and said something along the lines of, "Oh God, he's looking at me." Atlas shows them his scars and tells them that Mina and Athelstan broke up and catches them up on his experience in Limbo. Jenny said that their ability to talk has nothing to do with speak with plants, Mina, or Athelstan. Insert your own theory here. Turns out that the plants were in purgatory themselves, and it was a greenhouse. And Cedar has been having existential issues ever since, because Cedar works in a greenhouse with plants and pots. So thank you, Effie. Doing a little flashback, Athelstan wandered amongst where the refugees were hanging out from Darkon. The boat hotel was filled with workers and refugees, tents and camps. The refugees among the tents are majority, and the majority are kind of afraid, mostly husks. In Litwick, there are the believers, assuaging each other, unhappy but not running, making the most of their situation. but they give him a wide berth, or they stare at him. His reputation seems to precede him. He is known, and people are not subtle about it. Then he gets punched in the face by a gnome who is held aloft by a half-orc. It seems to be their thing. Does not seem to be the first time they've done such a thing. You've done enough. He gets told off and told to get the hell out. He goes back to camp, tells them what happened. He's got a split lip. Everyone's like, "What happened to you? Blah blah blah. Don't do anything against the refugees. I tell you, blah blah blah." We start to discuss where we can bring the refugees. Raven's Bluff, Dimintliu, and others come up in conversation, and then Breeze reveals that they got a missive from the Doctor. Athelstan recognizes it on the postcard as a cloud giant castle floating. There's one in Harakir, there was one in around Dimintliu drifting there, and the Sea of Sorrows as well. We established that Agarath was not accessible as a domain, and Keli began to do some messaging, finding out that Ebb and Van Richten are in Kirlanova. Those... I think I tried to write bastards, but then I scratched it out and it says queens. Those fucking queens.
That tracks. Yeah.
They're key. Yeah. Ebb and Van Richten are keying in Kirlanova.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Absolutely. That is absolutely what they're up to. You assume.
Sooty, for the love of gods. Sorry.
That's okay. You also had a couple of ravens that were sent out. Keli sent 2 missives, one to the Mistress of Darkon, and the other to the Dark Lord of the domain that you're in right now. So they presumably are on their way. You assume, because you did send them. As you know, Raven missives are not invulnerable to being spied on. So whoever receives them, they may not be the first to receive them. Suffice to say. Since you did send it directly to a couple of Dark Lords, or a Dark Lord in waiting, I guess, it probably has a higher chance of not being read by somebody else, but there's always a chance.
Oh, question. Is
Yes.
mail tampering illegal? Like in the United States? Can you tamper with mail, or is that illegal?
Usually what happens is if something that's sent by Raven is tampered with, it's done so in such a way that it doesn't appear noticeable upon receipt.
They steam it open.
Yeah, it does eventually get to its recipient, or its intended recipient.
Is that still illegal? Like if I open somebody's mail and then reseal it with my delicious spit?
Well, it's not
still illegal.
it's not liquid active sealant for one.
No, that's beside the point. The act of opening somebody else's mail that's important. My delicious spit, while important in other senses, is not important to the story.
Blood
It
and
is-
cum.
Yes.
Generally
seal my
speaking, generally speaking, it is frowned upon to intercept the ravens. However, the Dark Lords in particular, and the people who work for them, they may do such a thing. Other entities would be like the Kargat. They would...
But is that allowed? Like, could they get in trouble if I was like, hey, you tampered with my mail, and now I am going to hold you in a jail cell like they did for Sly and Gabriella?
It depends on who tampered with the mail.
Okay.
Like, if a Kargat agent have to tamper with it, probably nothing is going to happen because they are the law.
Oh my god, it's like real life. If there are exceptions. Oh no. Scary.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Same with the Dark Lord. The Dark Lord can intercept mail and do what they would with it. And obviously, because they are the highest entity on the hierarchy in a domain, nobody's going to be like, hey, you're going to prison.
They already are in prison if you think about it. But
That is the thing.
Double
Other
prison.
entities that you guys would know that could tamper with mail, there is a group of the were-ravens that is mostly situated in Barovia who would intercept mail.
I
Depending.
love that family. I
Yeah.
love that family so much.
You think probably the family that you met in Cartacus would be an entity that would intercept mail?
The hunter or the
The
hunters with the telescope or
ones with the
wait,
telescope.
which family?
Yeah, the ones that you
Yeah.
first saw well, not first, but you saw the celestial bodies of
Okay.
the Bloodspur.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's for
yes. So entities like that, most domains do have some sort of law enforcement. They too would intercept mail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For my next character, I'm going to work for the Postal Service. And that's my story.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
If Atlas dies, I'm going to be a post employee. So, yeah.
Maybe
don't let him
Atlas can
die.
become a post employee. He'd be fucking great at it.
Pony Express.
He's literally the Pony Express.
Yes.
He would probably love it. He'd be the endearing mailman.
Yeah.
There's your post adventure.
That's your retirement
Yeah.
plan.
It was
Hey.
either that or the Centaur Guide.
Now I'm thinking of as the end of the Avengers with Stan Lee looking for Tony Stank.
Is
Yeah.
this Tony? Is this Tony Stank? Yep, that's Tony Stank.
Yep, that's sticking. Anyway, so you've sent off your messages. You have. I'm pretty sure all of you now have been briefed about the post from the doctor, at least in some respects. Llewellyn is kind of just hanging around your camp along with the seer. So it's up to you guys how you want to proceed. You are in Shiraji. You could explore this domain. You can head elsewhere. What would you like to do?
I thought we were going to go talk to Rune's older brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you. I did forget about that.
Oh yeah, the
So-
giant. I wrote the giant at the bottom, and I was like, I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah. All right. So, Rune, you take to leading the party towards where your brother is typically found. What can you tell the party about when he comes into view? Like, where are you? What's he look like?
He'd be slightly taller than the average frost giant, I'd imagine.
Okay, fuck off, huge, tall. Got it.
And a bit more well dressed than you typically expect a frost giant to be, with a interesting looking ring on his right hand.
Which is the size of a crown. To us.
To us, yes. White hair, trimmed beard.
Matter?
Not exactly carrying a weapon like the picture is showing, but there'd probably be one nearby.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
it'd
just an
probably be
example.
Yep. Blue skinned, probably a little bit darker blue than average because long days out in the sun. So the equivalent of frost giant tan.
Fair. So probably like I don't know, would it go lighter or darker?
I think
It's
it'd
like
probably go.
it's like Athelstan tanning.
Like an indigo, maybe? Where he's tanned,
Mm.
like on the shoulder and the nose?
Maybe more like a royal blue.
He'd probably be paler in the snow and everything. So he could blend in a little bit better.
Hmm.
It's
Either way.
like
What's a frost giant's melanin?
Ice.
Hardcore.
And what's your brother doing?
I don't think we ever decided what his position in the.
Wasn't he doing paperwork or something? Because
That
he's
was-
smart.
Joked about.
He does help with the paperwork. More or less, he's part of the carnival's security team. Again, those kind of people that would be able to access mail. Or would access mail. So yeah, he works security. He does a lot of the heavy lifting, particularly when you're breaking down the carnival or picking it back up. You also have an ice cream stand that he's pretty much responsible for.
It. What time of day is it right now?
It's the morning.
It's always a good time for ice cream duality.
Yes, but I imagine depending on the time of day would be whether he's doing the security thing or the other one.
We go find
It's
him
the
wherever
morning,
he is.
so he's probably helping open up some of the larger crap, the word is gone.
Stalls.
Nope. Attractions.
Cranes.
Vendors.
Distraction.
Attractions.
He's placing the teacups on the roundy downdy thingy.
Yeah, he's picking up the horses that go on the carousel and
It's just like this.
sticking them on a
round.
post.
Daddy, what's he doing to that horsey?
You don't want to know, son. We'll talk about it when you're older.
Okay. Gee, I thank you so much for bringing me to the carnival, Daddy.
Yeah, so he's like helping open up some of the larger attractions that require a little bit of a kickstart. Sometimes literally. We'll say you find him at the Lost Temple, where he's hauling one of the large cars, like the passenger cars, onto the track. And as you're watching, you can see like a bunch of people pile in. It's like the early morning crowd who got there and they're like, we're going to beat the heat and we're going to beat the crowds and it's going to be great. And like the kids are trailing behind going like, I don't want to be here. I want to sleep. Me.
Well, it's rope drop people.
They're
Rope
big,
drop
big
people.
bottoms with bad shorts, and they run around going, "Hi, Helen!" Just like Disneyland.
Yeah.
They're strollers.
Yeah, so they're piling in, and then since they are the first of the day, you can see he moves behind the back of the train, the train of cars. He stomps once on the railing itself to basically kickstart the lightning rail itself, and then he kicks, like Sparta kicks the train, and it just takes off faster than any that you've seen. It seems like the first start of the day is the one where it like hits, a G-force.
So all those people's necks are snapped.
Oh, they're fine. They've got supportive chairs and there's, lap bars.
Crushed pelvises, and not in the fun way.
They're fine. They're fine.
The carnival is not legally responsible for any damages on property or person that may occur on carnival grounds.
So you hear them
You signed a
screaming.
waiver.
They like zip around a corner, they spiral down, and as they're still screaming, the screaming suddenly stops as they go through the portal into the pocket dimension. Your brother like claps off his hands and turns around and what?
Rune, is anybody still holding the picture?
Probably.
I mean, I have it. It's not necessarily out, but
Well, I mean, if we were coming here to ask about it.
They can take it out.
I mean, I can get it out, but like, it's your brother. You start it.
Yeah.
Who are your friends, Rune?
At this,
Oh, I know Atlas.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, Atlas.
Hi.
we're not sure if others are friends yet.
Smart.
But names are Artemis, Breeze.
What's Artemis doing there?
Damn
I
it!
don't
damn
want to
it.
be there.
I mean, damn it! My brain's like right now. Okay, let's restart that. Names are Breeze, Keelai, Apple Stand. To be fair, Apple Stand will be a hard name for her to say.
You're never gonna beat the accusations.
No, never.
I would say that somebody who
Something
has
like-
a mouthful of large, pointy teeth would have no problem pronouncing a.
Yes, but
I was a childhood emo
it
goth.
was either
I
the
had
Apple
fake teeth.
Stand or Axel Stand.
Affy, I just got an idea. I'm sending you a DM.
Oh God. Okay.
Anyway,
I'll watch for that. Did you name your brother? I'm looking for it and I can't find it.
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah,
his name.
it's in the notes. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
but your notes are like fucking massive. And I'm like
Yeah,
looking through it going like, where the fuck is it?
Grimvar.
Grimvar, thank you.
I had any ideals for some reason. I need to fix that.
Oh, that would definitely be why I didn't see it. I'm like going through like, where the fuck is this guy's name? What the fuck? Anyway. I'm Grimvar. Elder and larger brother to Rune. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. Again.
Atlas, we already know each other. We've been working together for years.
That's why I said again.
what is up your butt? Sorry.
Oh no.
It's a personal question.
Sorry, my cat just took a shit and she's running
Got the
around
zooms?
the bedroom.
Yeah.
She's having
Oh,
her
did
post
she
poop
eat, like, a string?
euphoria. She's having her post poop euphoria. No, she just stinks.
Okay.
Got it.
Nope.
Well, that's shitty.
But bump.
Gee.
Steady.
She's just a baby. Quite literally.
It's like she got rid of the extra
Stinky
weight. Now
baby.
she has energy to burn.
That's how post
True.
poop euphoria works. It's an actual thing.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you again, to Atlas. Even though it is not necessary, because again, we've worked together for years.
That's why I said again.
Just pat Atlas.
Was there
Anyways,
something you needed, sister?
Actually,
Or-
we were wondering, not that all frost giants know each other.
I'm
Would you
glad
happen
you
to
led
know
with
where
that.
this one is?
Not Frost Giant. Cloud Giant.
Cloud giant, sorry.
Not that all giants know each other.
Not that all giants know each other. Sorry, in the picture I'm seeing, you've got lots of ice
Oh,
crystals
fuck, I haven't
and
even opened
snowflakes
Fantasy Ground.
I know.
all over you.
Well, I am a frost giant, but this is a cloud giant's castle. He
See, I
doesn't
was right.
take the card or the portrait from you. He just kind of like bends and physically zooms himself in so he can get a closer look at it. And as he's looking, He reaches into kind of this really nice, like, working jacket. Pulls out.
Jerkin.
He pulls out like it looks like a window to you, and he
Spectacles.
puts it up to his eye.
It's the monocle of minute seeing. The giant version of the goggles.
Oh my fucking god.
And he just gives it a better look, tries to like take in what he's seeing. It is familiar, yes, but you'll have to let me think on what it might be, because cloud giants' castles, they tend to move.
Yeah, figured that.
I heard of one. His name is Hal, and he has a moving castle.
Get the
I don't
fuck
get
out.
that one. So
I don't know.
Howl's
I-
moving
why-
castle.
I don't know why I even bother to ever put anything in my mouth and when we're here. Just choke on it. What?
Putting
Oh.
things in your mouth.
Jeez. Why?
We're having a good day. We're
Your
having
your
a good
gremlin is like just
gremlining.
tonight.
She's so motherfucking irate. What do you want?
Anyways, what does he say?
The last time I think I saw this one, it was over. It was southwest of Ravenloft, if I remember correctly, but that was many, many years ago.
You said southwest of Ravenloft?
Yes,
Still no more
towards
than me.
the golden, the Amber Temple.
Get out of the fuck pouch. These are my fucks.
But again, many years ago. And I know there are things that are wibbly wobbly between. I've got some of those too. Thanks, Liz.
She's playing with my fucks. Stop.
There are wibbly wobbly things between the time, the domains and everything, where time doesn't match up. But this one, and he like just barely taps the portrait with like the tip of his index fingernail to make his point. This one is different. It acts like the carnival does. It is its own domain, essentially.
Mm.
So, yes, it was years ago in Barovia, but I can ask around.
Sure, if you don't mind.
If it's its own domain, would Rune be able to find it?
I think you would need to have seen it before, sister, no?
She points to the card.
Not sure. Rune never need see something before to find it.
Well, there is the added caveat that it is in the sky. When was the last time you tracked a bird? Successfully.
About 3 moons ago, that parrot would not shut up.
That parrot definitely deserved it. It shit everywhere.
Kept making creeper sounds and baby Zamboni noises.
It
Yes,
thought
actually.
It thought it's safe in the sky. Rune jump.
But it took you a long time to find it. Either way. That fact notwithstanding, you have not scented it, you have not seen it in person. A facsimile, I don't know if it works with your ability.
Rune not know.
Nor I. I wish I could tell you for sure, but I do not know. Either way, friend of my sister, I will ask around. See what I can find out. I have contacts across the domains that may be able to help.
Great, thanks very much.
You're very welcome. Do you require any other assistance?
Don't think so.
No assistance at the moment, just appreciation for what you're doing. And also, I know you've probably met Sly because she would have sought you out the very second that she saw you across the field. And for her, I apologize.
It's quite all right.
She's a little hands-on.
Hands-on is one way to put it. Thankfully, most things in my pockets are too large for her to pick up.
I also have one more thing. If any, you know about what's going on in that ride, right?
I am aware, yes.
Okay, well, if anything's really weird, could you please... Sorry, I saw the motion. It freaked me out. For those at home, Atlas turns to face the camera. Athelstan made a motion under their chin with their hand waggling as if it
Like
were
that?
tentacles, like a blood
Oh.
spurt. Atlas turns back to the cloud giant and then goes, can you please have somebody send a sending to us to let us know if something's going terribly wrong?
Yes, of course, I can do that. I mean,
That's my copy of the fucking Constitution. Get out of there.
how much worse can it be?
Happy place, Atlas. Happy place.
Oh, my
Good.
happy place? Well,
Good.
it was formerly in a greenhouse until I learned it was purgatory for plants.
What?
I talked to my plants earlier. It's a long story. They were also in purgatory.
All right.
Anyways, it was nice seeing you.
It was good. You know what, Atlas? I have taken my therapy mime courses. Perhaps we should sit down and talk.
Okay.
Okay, you just let me know when you're ready.
Okay, let's start miming now.
No any
It's not really talking, one of us is
patients.
miming, is it? Can you roll like a performance check to see if Atlas feels better?
Sure.
A charisma, maybe.
I have no idea what his class would be.
Don't worry.
Hopefully his
I
Don't
got
worry
it.
about it.
It'd be hilarious if it was lore bard.
17.
Atlas
I rolled a
feels better.
16. He has a +1 in his charisma.
We can start dressing his class. Atlas is like, whoa, that made me feel a lot better. You really are a jack of all trades and a master of a lot of them, because you can run the ride, you can defend people, you know stories, and you also run the best ice cream stand.
There is a
And
lot
you're
of
also
work
like-
to do.
You're also
Athelstan
like
picks
a
his head
brother.
up.
You want ice cream?
You have an ice cream stand?
Yes? Of course we do. We're a carnival.
I didn't know it was yours.
Athelstan looks at Breeze.
Where is it?
Oh, it's by the Midway. We can go there together. I was heading there anyway.
Yep. Immediately
Good
grabs Breeze's hand, just like.
I wish Rosier was here, but then again, the candy apple didn't go down well, so maybe they wouldn't like ice cream. They might get brain freeze.
We
They would
ate ice
definitely have
cream
gotten
back
brain freeze.
in. We all ate. Remember at out of character moves, we did eat ice cream together in Moira's house.
Oh, you're right. We did eat ice cream.
Because Rosier is the one who went to the freezer and dropped it on the table in front of
Yeah,
everyone.
you're right. We did eat ice cream.
When you depressed, eat delicious stuff.
When in purgatory, am I right, guys? Oh no, I feel better. I'm fine. I'm in my happy place.
So you walk with the very oddly paired siblings back towards the midway in order to get some fresh ice cream made by a frost giant.
Same father? What do you think?
Eli, what you doing?
Yeah. Walking with everybody and just, I guess, checking to see around us, like, new faces, maybe?
Sure, make a perception check.
That's... Okay.
Are you looking at attendance or are you looking at staff?
Staff, particularly.
Staff? Okay.
Oop, I don't know why I did that twice.
Two
Didn't matter. It
twos.
was the same thing.
Good job.
That tracks.
You know, you're aware of the Skura. You know how they are basically the operators for a lot of what goes on in the carnival, a lot of the attractions, a lot of the booths. You know from like how you've been told, as well as like your own, you know, viewing of them, that they have different face makeup on based on that you're not too sure of, based on something, but they all have different styles. Outside of like maybe more white and black makeup than you're used to, you don't really pick anybody out of the crowd. It could also just be that you're heading towards the midway first thing in the morning. So you head towards, or you follow the siblings towards the midway, and you end up in a small tent. It is very cold inside. Not cold enough to like give you frostbite, but it's definitely like, whoop, nipples.
It's chewy.
How
And
many does Atlas have?
you have 2 nipples.
What,
We've
I'm a
actually
horse.
discussed this before because I saw it in my notes from a
I
long
don't
time
know.
ago.
The
It was when,
consensus.
before I like actually had a book for my notes. It's just it's a jumble of papers.
You have 2
Little sticky
nipples.
note.
Just 2.
Just said Atlas, 2 nipples.
Unless you want like a third one, a superfluous nipple. That's fine with me too.
It's actually funny because there's a condition called athelia, where you have like floating nipple or like a nipple problem or something. I forget what it was.
I think he just has 2 nipples.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Are they up here or are they on the horse part?
I like to
Copy,
I think...
because that's where I drew them.
The artist said it. Sorry, canon. Ferret!
You have 2 nipples. They are on your chest of your human half.
And I must scream no.
So inside this
I get it.
tent, it is, again, like I said, cold. There is a display cabinet, like anything you would see at a Baskin Robbins. You know, it's got the big glass dome over top. But as the frost giant kind of moves in and hunkers down behind it, his hand passes through this glass. So you think it's more of a... It's almost like Breeze's bubble.
Ow.
If you want to put it in reference to something, like if you were to sneeze on it, it's probably not going to go through, but his hand can go through because that's the magic that's allowed him to do that. So you can see like the kind of cold billowing off like you would see in a deep freezer filled with ice blocks. It's kind of the same situation. Inside this actual display cabinet, there are 6 flavors. And then there's one that looks like it's in progress. It's sort of in this contraption that looks a bit like an automated butter churner. It's kind of weird looking.
Gnomish design. Nice.
Pretty much, yeah. There's lots of gears and sprockets, and it appears to be functioning off something that is not within the tent.
I activate my SID unit and I trace the where Wrong game.
Wrong game.
It's a great game.
What flavors would you like? We have, the typical chocolate, vanilla. I've got some strawberry. I've also got some pamplemousse.
Huh?
Pineapple.
Pineapple mousse?
No,
Sorry.
no, it's what the domain called it. And banana. I've got banana too. Banana mango. It's actually quite good.
Athelstan just like nods.
You want to try it? You can try a little bit before you pick. I know some of them are a little weird.
He signs yes.
Okay. In his like big giant fucking forefinger and thumb, he picks up like the smallest fucking spoon. Again, I worked at Baskin Robbins for like 10 months.
It's like that that's a little paddle. Yeah, it's not even a spoon, it's a paddle.
The amount of ice cream that I had on those little fucking spoons. That place should have gone bankrupt. Anyway. So with these like tiny little spoons, he like scoops you a little bit of the weirder flavors, assuming that you've tasted chocolate and vanilla before. So you try the banana mango. It has that sort of thickness of banana, but the like tart sweetness of the mango together, and it actually works really well.
I've never had a banana.
They're very rare. But, once they go brown, they get kind of like bleh. So you can make bread out of it, or you can make ice cream. Delicious.
She's like, ice cream? I think that's what her voice is going to sound like. Everyone at home
Passes
is
back here
my cat
mugging me.
bothering me. Just a little loaf.
Just a little loaf. There's another one that looks like it has this very thick band of caramel in it. And he scoops that up, gives you like a little bit. It tastes like caramel, but there's something else to it. It's almost like, you want to say like orange liqueur almost. So it's like this caramel orange liqueur.
Breeze, taste this.
Really, really good.
Oh my god. Breeze, taste this.
Take a little.
Oh.
Sorry, I was writing.
Sorry. Banana mango.
Yeah, it tastes pretty fucking good. And you know that if you were to have a lot of this, if it isn't like an extract of orange liqueur, you would get fucking flip wasted on this. For like 2 or 3 scoops.
This is delicious.
And then chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
No. He goes over, he just stands in front of the caramel one.
The caramel one? Okay. You want this one, my friend? Yes?
Okay. He signs yes, please.
All right. Do you want a cone or just a bowl? You don't know what cone is. Hang on. This will be
You want a
treat.
cone.
And he like signs it, but
Or-
he's like a dunce's cap.
Or you can
No,
get a bowl made out of the cone stuff. It's delicious. Hang on. And he like turns around, and in his big hand, he kind of like holds this tiny thing over. It's honestly the size of like 2 of his finger pads put together. It's quite large, actually, even to you. You think it would probably hold like 6 or 7 scoops of ice cream.
Oh my god.
Just break off a little piece of that and let me know. And it's like this crunchy. It's almost like pancake.
You've had a waffle before, right? just a really like the crusty stuff around the edge of the waffle. It's exactly like that.
Make a sugar batter.
Basically, yes. It's very thin, obviously, but mixed with the ice cream, it's delicious.
Does it get soggy?
After a little while, if you don't like on the ice cream.
He like looks at Keli.
If you don't eat fast enough, it gets soggy.
I understood. I understood that.
All I'm imagining.
What are you
is
looking
like,
at me for?
What's your
What
question?
if you want something? I don't know.
Oh, pineapple, please.
All I'm imagining is
I
Grimvar-
1000% want Dole Whip to be canon in the domain.
What?
Because
Yeah.
they're so good.
It's good.
We have that
Because
creamy
it's
thing,
really
and
good.
it's so
I
good.
hate you so much. It could have been flan. It could have been de leche. It could have been anything, but no,
Okay,
it had to be your
but
fucking Midwestern
there is-
Canadian nightmare.
There's the dulce de
It's
fucking
from
get drunk
Florida.
shit. And then there's the pineapple mango, which would be from like a tropical domain. Like, I'm working with what I got, okay?
Okay.
Ay.
There better be some Dominican fucking carts too. I want morir soñando.
I don't know what that is.
It's delicious. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
All I'm
If it's anything
imagining is
like
that-
horchata, I'm in.
all I'm imagining is that whenever Grimvar gets ice cream, he gets like a barrel-sized,
Yeah, does he
thing
sample
just
his own wares?
just made like twice as thick as the average waffle.
Yeah.
Delicious. Like one of those giant pancakes. Yeah, Athelstan gets the waffle bowl with the caramel stuff.
You're right, Ark. You caught me. I mixed the two up. It's pineapple and then banana mango. That was my mistake.
Fucking Dole Whip.
It is Dole Whip and it's good.
It
And
is
I will
good.
fight you on this, and after that, we'll die on this hill.
What do you want?
I got a creamy for
Good stuff.
Christmas just so we could make them at home.
A what?
A ninja
A creamy?
creamy.
Oh.
You can make your own ice cream and stuff.
Nice.
Well, if and when I ever visit.
okay, well, when Am and I come up to visit,
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Whoever visits, we'll make Dole Whips. Anyway.
I want the liqueur one. Yes. Fuck
Okay.
me up. This is gonna be fun. We can test Athelstan's new poison resistance, or
All right.
lack thereof. We'll see. Stop it.
So how many scoops, Kile? It was Kile, right?
just one is
Just
good.
one? Okay, do you want it in the cone or a bowl made out of a cone?
A cone.
Okay. You like, despite his size and using only 2 fingers, he's very easily able to make this like perfect, ice cream scoop that you would see in a commercial, even though it's actually mashed potato, but we're not going to talk about that.
Stop it.
And he hands it over to you, just holding like the bottom, like point.
Hmm.
All right.
I think for like the first time in a long time, everybody sees Keli like genuinely smile. Like a real smile.
Well, for ice cream,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry. I'm too fragile for this.
Athelstan,
Anyway.
Athelstan thinks very loudly. Are you okay? Even his mind voice sounds like it's full of ice cream. His mind mouth.
Yeah, you do hear this. He still does have some telepathy. Telepath.
He's telepathic.
So you hear back, and it reminds me of home. Of good times when I was little.
There's a very loud gulp in your mind as Ethelstan swallows, and he's like, "Are you gonna cry?
No.
It's okay. It's okay if you want to cry. Don't say it. Like that.
Atlas's request, according to Maggie, is blue for ice cream.
Blue.
Oh, the blue soft serve. That shit's awesome. Will you please stop? Oh my gods.
Just blue moon, what, or like blue whatever.
There's no blue though.
There's a star. There's a star wheel. There's a star whale, isn't there?
I have prestidigitation. I can turn it blue.
Okay, and he like scoops vanilla
You can make it taste blue
and hands it to
Okay.
Breeze,
I can.
so you can make it look and taste blue, I guess.
Prestidigitation.
Hey, Macarena. Oh no, I'm blue.
He kind of like takes gestures for the big bowl that he gave you, Athelstan. But you can keep it if you don't want to give it back, because he'll fill it up for you if you want. Okay. So he like scoops it full of like, again, 7 or 8 scoops of the caramel brandy, or not brandy, sorry, orange liqueur flavor, and then hands it back to you. Go slow. Not that slow, but like don't scarf and get brain freeze and then it will hurt. Okay. Reese? Ice cream?
Can I have some chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla?
All mixed together. What is
Yeah.
this wildness? I feel like I should call it something.
Breezepolitan.
Hey.
Yes, I like this idea. Breezepolitan. And like the same thing. He's so, almost graceful with this ice cream scoop. And you have this beautiful 2 scoops of this beautiful swirled chocolate vanilla strawberry ice cream
You broke.
in whichever vessel you wanted. Hands that over.
The Bolcom.
This opens up more space in my cabinet if I'm able to do this.
But not everybody likes it. I don't get it. It's a great flavor palette across the board.
How can you not love chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry together? It's delicious.
We do a snap cut
Breeze
to like
likes-
something in the past.
Especially when you scoop across.
Snap cut. 11th birthday party. Breeze. Get in a fight with all the other kids about it.
Like 4 years from
Neapolitan
now,
ice cream.
another snap cut. It's Grimvar's cabinet, but all of like the chocolate is gone in this like trio thing, and like the vanilla and the strawberry are the only ones left. Like, why? Why bother? Just get the one. Anyway. Anything else? You've got your weird blue ice cream. Your answers. If that's all done, I'll go and send some ravens and see if I can get some information for you on that cloud giant castle.
We appreciate your help.
All right. Well, enjoy your ice cream. I'll be about. I'm sure you will be able to find me.
It's true. Do we want to go see the Sphinx? That was mentioned at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think she'll be any help?
Mm-hmm. He like folds the last part. He like folds the half of the bowl into like a sandwich burrito, like a taco burrito. He like folds it in half and just.
An ice cream sandwich?
Yeah, but it's like the taco one.
Yeah, the Choco
Taco.
Tacos.
It's like
Those
the
were
Choco
so
Taco.
good.
It's a fucking
Great.
it's an orangeastic. It's an orange-gasm caramel
Great.
thing.
Now all I'm imagining is
Wow.
This is how ice cream cookies are invented.
Pretty much. Atlas, we got you blue ice cream. Here you go.
Yay, blue, my favorite. See?
Good job.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I know I made it the right flavor, what flavor is blue?
Blue.
You
Okay,
can
so
probably just
artificial and
leave it
sugary. Good.
vanilla,
So
and he
remind-
would never know.
So
You can taste
artificial
blue.
and sugary. Got it.
reminds me of when I used to work at Wendy's. Got this dude come through. I want that purple drink. It's like, yeah.
You guys have a
What?
purple- you guys had a purple drink
Grape soda?
at Wendy's?
Everything could have grape.
Yeah, I mean, growing up. What are you doing?
I would
had to
like
open the door.
grape syrup then on my spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's. Thank you.
Gross.
Anyway, you're outside the
Go away.
tent. You're kind of meandering about the midway unless you decide to sit somewhere to enjoy the rest of your ice cream.
Oh,
Eli
after
has
Spencer
brought up
finished.
going to speak with the Sphinx, if you wish.
I mean,
I
I
don't
can always get more
know if
information.
that's a thing we need to do.
You're
Sorry.
very wise.
I mean, maybe they know where this castle is, and then we don't even have to wait for Grimbar.
Yeah. And also, what are we going to do while we're waiting for the ravens? Are we just going to hang out for now with the carnival?
Mm,
And Azelstan like pops the last of it in his mouth. There's a couple of things I want to do.
Give me a Constitution saving throw at advantage.
For you, anything. Oh god, here we go. Advantage.
well,
Who in
we
this
had
party's
talked
lactose
about-
intolerant?
We had talked about going to see the leader of this domain and see if they've got any extra space or any.
Eli sent a raven.
I did. I sent a raven to them and to Her Grace. So,
Athelstan.
Mm-hmm.
Result.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another one.
Okay.
We're talking 7 or 8 scoops of ice cream here. Like,
Oh, okay. But were we doing? Like I thought the messages had said like just requesting an audience or whatever. Was that all it was? Yeah,
yes.
Need a
that's right. I
produce.
forgot about that bit. But
I did
Athelstan-
send them to you, Affy, too.
Yeah, I got them. Athelstan, you feel a little tipsy, but nowhere near as drunk as you would be if you drank like 8 shots of orange liqueur
It's
straight.
Like, it's like buzzed. It's like he's like happy
Yeah.
buzzed.
You have a little bit of a tummy ache because you ate 8 scoops of ice cream
For breakfast!
for breakfast. So you're a little queasy. But it was
Great,
really
you're
good.
pretty.
Worth it.
What color is he turning?
I'm purple.
Green around the gills.
Too much. A little too much, but it was very good. Atlas, is there a quartermaster, someone who's in charge of getting fresh produce or something like that?
Is there?
It's sort of a combined effort. Whoever kind of ventures out into the domains. So somebody like Rune, while Rune focuses mostly on meat, there are others that are more like foragers. There are others that more or less liaise with the nearest town to get other supplies, so things like produce.
It's sort of like a group effort. There are people like Rune who focus mostly on meat, but there are people who forage. It's kind of like a communal thing, and so there are other peoples who go into town. Alice's eyes go this way as they paraphrase the DM.
One job on this ship.
I flick
Oh,
the side of your head
Rune
to
gets-
get him back in
Rune
place.
Rune gets meat and leathers and shit like that. So doesn't let the skins go to waste. She just
No, of course. We were talking specifically about food.
I want to make
Not
stew.
everything that you gather supplies on.
I want to make stew.
What?
I want to make stew.
Kind.
Okay.
Okay.
Like Kay used to make.
Rune not know them.
I want to take it to the refugees. How's your ice cream, Breeze?
Very good.
So are you.
What?
So are you.
You're very good.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. what disembodied voice said.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I do need to talk to the chef at and Eats at some point.
It's a good start.
I mean,
wonder what
it's
the
not
special
that
is
far
today.
from where you are now. You could go there
Mhm.
now.
All right. He goes. Light steps.
All right. So Athelstan kind of steers you all in that direction simply by way of leading.
He's not leading, he's just going.
I know, but you're ahead of the crowd, therefore leading the way.
If they choose to follow.
If they choose to follow. Do you choose to follow?
Yeah.
Where you go, I will follow.
Oh, I can't eat any more food, but yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not going there for food.
Oh, I know, but
So you arrive at Eats. It looks very much the same even for breakfast. A lot of meat and vegetables on the grill. There is, the Etten working behind the grill, taking care of all the food, serving some patrons already. The only addition to the spread is that there's a flat top covered in eggs and another flat top covered in cut up potato.
Nice.
Athelstan looks at it longingly a little bit and he's like, I remember when I used to be able to eat so much. Why the fuck would she make my stomach bigger? What's up with that?
Make a medicine check.
Why Mina would make his stomach bigger and his appetite more voracious? Okay. Yum. I rolled a 2 plus 2, 4.
You don't know.
She had her ways.
Just made everything bigger.
Just for shits and giggles.
Not everything.
You don't know the question, Rune. Shut up.
Neither do I. I said it was for shits and giggles.
I used to be so hungry in the mornings that I would eat at least 4 of those. Well, I used
Yeah,
some.
well, Athelstan is having another existential crisis.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go talk to the head chef.
Okay.
Which head is the head chef?
Yes.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, remind me of their name.
Just pulling that up. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's George and Georgina.
I think so too.
That's what I'm going with.
I spelled the cure wrong.
Yeah, George and Georgina.
Hi, Ginger.
Gingy.
You know the aesthetic
what's
A
of
good
mine.
loaf.
Sounds
Okay.
like Athelstan could use some ginger right now.
How aesthetic she is.
She's a
I don't like
vibe.
She's so
Ginger.
cute.
I don't like ginger.
Wow, how can you say that to her face?
Oh, God! American Bill of Rights, Constitution, and Independence Declaration. Stop
Nerd.
knocking shit over!
Anyway, you
They
go to
knocked all
George
that
and
over.
Georgina. They kind of nod at you, but they're obviously very busy. There's quite a lineup,
Hmm.
but they're willing. They kind of tilt their
Yeah,
heads in one way to indicate they're listening to you.
yeah. I was just wondering if maybe I could buy some supplies from you if you have them available.
What are you looking for?
as close to 50 gold pieces worth of mushrooms and saffron and fat as I could get from you.
Fat.
What are you making?
I sort of like hold my hand up and I don't know what fucking spells do I have right now. Hold on, give me a second. And like my hand sparkles as I like cast guidance as a cantrip, and like
Isn't that a Greek
it's
dish?
for magic things.
Oh, do you need 50 pounds of each? Or 50 gold worth
50
of each?
50 gold's worth total.
Oh. Does it need to be a mix or can it just be one thing?
The spell says 25 gold worth of mushroom powder, saffron, and fat. I don't know what else to tell you.
Saffron with mushrooms would make a great risotto.
I need it for a spell.
The fat would.
We could make risotto.
They would probably have a decent amount of fat after Room brought back the.
Yeah, like that I figured they would have, and maybe the mushroom powder and saffron, maybe depending on where we were.
There's a mushroom coffee stand over there.
As you're cutting off, Varun.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just said that they would probably either have the fat or Rune could definitely get that much fat pretty easily.
Yeah, I would say probably with everything that you brought back to eat specifically, they likely have enough fat to, or like lard, to be able to break apart with that. So you're asking, let me just make sure I have this. 50 gold worth of a mix of saffron, mushrooms, and fat.
Yes.
Equating to 25 pounds.
No. Just 25 gold worth times 2. So 50 gold worth.
Okay. I'm like.
No. I don't need that much. That would be insane.
You're going to carry around
in a while.
50 pounds of mushroom and fat and saffron?
I was carrying around 15 pounds of fertilizer.
That's different.
I mean, Rune would have no problem carrying it, but...
The thing is, a pound of fat is not worth that much money. So it's just like...
No, but saffron is.
Saffron is very expensive.
And
That's
depending on the type of
money
mushrooms.
Is. Yeah.
So if you get like the bougie ass mushrooms, like if you're using truffle, you're going to need like one shave and you'll be good.
There's like this saffron cap milk mushroom in Russia that is like the mushroom to eat. It is. Stop that!
Yeah, give us a couple minutes to just clear the rush and I'll see what we can do, okay?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
You also don't happen to have a jewel-encrusted bowl somewhere, do you?
No.
Didn't think so.
Wait, Eli, don't we just have jewels? Can't we just stick jewels on a bowl?
I don't think it works that way. It's got to be worth a certain amount of money.
Okay. I like crafts.
When we first came here, one of Athelstan's things that he wanted to do to help was cook. I don't know if we ever got a chance to do any of that. Did he ever get a chance to off-screen work with hang out in the kitchen or something?
I would say probably. You've been about the carnival for a little while. There have been days where you've just sort of made yourself useful, which is sort of an expectation when you are with the carnival to make yourself useful. You know, pull.
That was your water dish, wasn't it? Okay.
Not necessarily pull your weight, but definitely contribute in some form. So whether that is hunting or whatever, helping out around the carnival is the expectation.
He pops behind the counter and starts taking orders. Putting on an apron around his middle.
Sure.
He's still kind of buzzed, and he's like,
I mean, welcome to working in a kitchen.
Are you what? Yeah, literally.
All I'm imagining now is welcome to Good Burger.
Home of the Good Burger.
Between you and the Etten, you're both able, or all three of you are able to push out the crowd, get them fed. get sort of like the next batch of like potatoes and stuff going for the next round. While that is cooking, they sort of leave you to tend it to make sure it doesn't burn while they go and collect things for Keli. While this is all happening, what are the rest of you doing?
Braiding Atlas's tail if he'll let me.
Okay.
Rune is probably going around real quick and collecting the empty bags.
The milk crates, basically.
No, that she dropped off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I imagine like she'd bring it back and like they'd empty it out and have it set up somewhere nearby every day. So she'd grab it before she goes back out or does something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're like the meat man.
You also know that there is your brother has the ice cream tent, obviously, but that sort of magic is a consistent thing across like wherever food is being served. Anything that needs to remain cold is kept in like the same sort of chamber. Most just don't have that bubble over top. What about you, Breeze? Just watching?
Yeah, just hanging out.
Watching Athelstan cook?
Athelstan, he could move a walk over a campfire. This is fucking easy street.
Okay.
You made chocolate over a campfire. Come on, Affy. You and I both know how hard that is.
I know. Tempering chocolate is no fucking joke, man.
No joke.
Keli, you're eventually given what you're seeking. The sort of 50 gold worth of this mixture of fat and mushroom. Most of it is fat and mushroom, but you can definitely see threads of this reddish thread throughout. It does have that smell of fat and mushroom more than anything.
Is there saffron in it too?
Yes, those are the red threads.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'll mark that off on my sheet then.
There isn't a whole lot, but it's enough to essentially take the bulk of this and push it over the 25 gold, requirement. So you do have two casts of that spell.
I imagine it'd probably just be like this condensed down into like just a puck.
It's like when you get tea from a proper China tea shop, and it's like, how much you want? You want this? They measure it out on the fucking weights and shit on the wax paper, and they pour it out like cocaine. Oh, it's good stuff.
No, I just imagine like since it's like fat, a lot of the time in like medieval would be stored in like either a cube or like a cylindrical cask. So
this is more like it's been packed. I don't know if you've seen troll fat in Skyrim. It's a little wooden bowl. That's kind of what you got.
I know what you mean.
With a little lid.
With cheesecloth on it.
Yeah. That's basically what you have. It's not
like
pressed into a puck or anything. It's just here, I scooped this shit together for you and mixed it.
It just has to be a mix.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can take 50 gold off of your
I did.
Sheet there. Yep.
I'm gonna say except the saffron, if you need to find the rest of this, like Rune could find the mushrooms and definitely easily the fat.
I'm having an image of Rune looking around the forest. Blue flower, red thorns, blue flower, red thorns, blue flower, red thorns. It would be so much easier if I wasn't colorblind. Blue flower, red thorns.
He kind of looks at the group once everybody's all gathered back up. Do we go out into the domain proper? I need to find a market.
Athelstan's still behind the counter. He's just like he's like in the kitchen zone.
George and Georgina kind of move beside you. They don't touch you, but they definitely kind of lean in a way to not necessarily make eye contact, but to get your attention. Thank you, friend. We're good. Your friend has what they need now. You can stay if you want to. but you don't have to.
I mean, they could definitely use the help.
He just he squints and he's just like looking around and he thinks loudly to them. He's like, "It's nice to not think." I don't feel like I'm a part of my body here.
With George and Georgina, I imagine they know Rune only knows how to make pemmican. If you even know what that is.
Yep, I do.
A bear walks up to the stand and then shifts back into a human, and they're Jeremy Allen White. And they put on their apron. They're a druid.
And
Look,
I
already have Jeremy representation in the carnival.
He's a polar bear. He's from Honey Heist.
There can be more than one Jeremy. I know two Jeremys. I know Jeremy from Old Men Rolling Dice and a Jeremy that spells it with a G.
And then there's Jelemy.
Jelemy, yes, Jelemy.
Which is like a JG variant. But Athelstan requests for he says I want to make a stew for the refugees. Can you help?
Are you saying this to George and Georgina?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Please, I'll pay.
Yes, of course. We've been feeding them since they arrived. If they don't allow pride to get in the way, anyway.
They're prideful people.
I wonder where they get it from.
Not from me. I don't have any children.
I'll come back at evening and we'll work together on it.
He takes off the apron and he just hands it over and he's like, "Thank you."
Okay.
He comes out and he's just like, "Am I sweating?"
Yes. You've got the beads on your nose and...
That's weird.
Yeah.
I didn't sweat before.
You do now.
I stink.
You stink.
It smells like garlic and BO.
At least they didn't have a deep fryer. That shit sticks.
Mm-hmm.
The worst smell in the world.
Athelstan looks 25 feet behind him and his mother over there.
Yeah, she's been here, just giving you your space as much as she's able.
He reaches out to her. What are we doing?
She smiles and takes your hand.
What are we doing?
I was asking that.
I think we're gonna go talk to the Sphinx and then go to the market.
Litwick?
I thought we were gonna go outside of the
I don't know if they'll have what I need.
Litwick Market is outside the carnival.
Technically, yes, but I thought we were going into the domain market. It's good to shop local when you can.
Is it nearby?
Something economy.
Is it nearby?
You'd have to ask
We
somebody.
did ask where the closest village
Oh,
was,
yes,
I
you did.
think.
Yeah, it was something like 2 miles. Not that far.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not that far.
I mean, I think it's
Somewhere where we can get information, for one thing.
I think Rune could probably lead them there.
Yeah. With the carnival the way it is, it does not take long for footpaths to open up if they don't already exist. So it would literally just be a matter of finding the most heavily trodden path and following that.
I'd love to go see the Sphinx. Do you mind if I just wash up real quick?
Sure.
He's making it a point to not be too close to anybody for some reason, much more oversensitive about his own smell.
Yeah, your mother is there and she's doing the mom thing of, this is fine. My son stinks.
Whatever, Mom.
She didn't say it out loud. You can just
Yeah,
see it
he's
on her face.
And he just squints at her and he thinks loudly. He's like, "Okay, mother." Stop making that face when you and looking at me and Breeze. It's weird. He's thinking loudly to her.
You know, if you
Not a,
powder
not a
silver
word.
and mix it with something and put it under there, it'll help.
Deodorant is an antiperspirant. I'm gonna go wash up now.
Okay.
Feel free to trail 25 feet behind me, or if you want to, if you would prefer, maybe we can test and see if you can stay with Keli. Maybe. Do you want to test that?
Do you want to bind me to Keli temporarily? Because that worked last time. You said stay here, and I couldn't leave.
Well, it depends on what you want to do. I'm not in charge of you. And he's like speaking out loud now. He's like, I'm not in charge of you. I'm not.
Oh no, I know. But
I don't tell you what to do. I shouldn't.
of course not. It's just how it happened. It's fine. But if you don't want to be alone, then I'm fine going with you. I promise I won't look either.
Oh my God! And he just starts walking away. He's
You are
like,
my son. I did birth you.
For fuck's sake! And he's like,
As she's
oh my
Floating
God!
after you.
He's like 8 shades darker purple.
This is why the egg theory is a
Sit
good.
on one of the picnic tables. Go ahead, Maggie.
The egg theory is a good theory because of this, Athelstan.
Shut up!
Okay.
Don't actually shut up. I didn't mean that. I mean,
Okay.
fine. It's fine. I love you. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Love you too.
Ah!
Ah!
Christ. So that happens.
Yeah, Athelstan just goes and just cleans up real quick and he comes back.
Okay. Did you want to go to the Sphinx while waiting for Athelstan to clean up, or are you waiting for Athelstan to return in order to go talk to the Sphinx?
No, we wait for Athelstan to come back.
I'll meet you there. I'll be just a second.
Okay.
I just like sit on a picnic table and braid Breeze's hair while we're waiting.
Okay.
It doesn't take long to braid what's left, so.
I know.
He comes back and he's like sopping wet, barely bothered to dry his hair.
It's my husband. Drives me fucking crazy. You have towels, damn it.
But he's a boy. And
Anyway,
yeah.
Let's go.
you make your way to the big top.
I am back. Let's go.
You head to the big top. It's easy enough to kind of circumvent the main tent. You make your way to the back where the Sphinx is waiting with their menagerie. They are just as gorgeous and intriguing and mystical as the last time you saw them. Golden fur, golden skin, the very long blondish gold mane. And they're looking away from you. They seem to be speaking to a creature in a cage on the other side of them. On the other side of the tent, sorry, from the entrance. You can't understand what's being said.
Here?
Yeah, you can hear them. You just don't know what they're saying.
Language none of us knows.
Pretty much, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Insight check. Everybody.
Insight.
I'm so glad that I'm playing a character who's wise
16.
because on my Saturday game I have -2 insight.
I have
Damn it,
consistently for the
Keli.
past like 2 or 3 sessions rolled like garbage. That was a 7. What do you mean, damn it, Keli? You rolled a 19.
19.
Shut up.
Well, I rolled a 14. We just have
So
a
much
+1
better.
because we're cool, right, Keli? High five.
It's a lot better than
Yeah.
7.
I got a 12.
Yay.
So, Breeze, Eli, and Atlas, You can just identify vibes. Not super like clear vibes, but you have cats now. You kind of understand a little bit more about their physicality when they're communicating with body language. So you can see there's like a shift. Like she moves on all four of her paws, moving the weight back and forth from one side to the other. And then her tail does like a very quick kind of flick and whip through the air. You get the feeling
Like she's
of,
agitated.
yes, agitated, frustrated, something.
Great. Now I just have to ask: would Razira have gotten an advantage at the save then?
Razira?
Razira, would she have gotten advantage on this then?
Razira would have known without the insight check.
It's like her tail poofy. She mad. She sad, mad. She's sad, mad, upset.
You hear this kind of soft growl. It's for you, Keli, in particular, just because your insight was so much higher. It sounds almost dismissive. And then she turns to see all of you. Greetings.
You all right?
I'm fine. What brings you here today? Hi, Atlas.
Keela kind of looks at everybody else.
Hi.
Go on.
Everything is not great, but we're doing our best, so we came here to talk, right?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Maggie's forehead.
Hi, Scriptly.
Nice.
Hi, Maggie's chest. Damn, your pores look great. And some good pores right there.
We're hoping to get a little bit of information, maybe, I think. Kind of looking at everybody.
Okay, on what?
Was your
Exactly.
I just kind of look at Breeze. You wanna show her?
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought you were gonna ask about the
refugees?
woes,
Oh, the woes.
Yeah, I plan on asking about that too.
Okay.
But
but we're just wondering, like, you seem to know a lot of stuff. This got sent to me. I was wondering if you knew where this castle was
or
Now,
how
she
to
is-
find it.
or how to find it.
They are also a large creature. So they're not as large as the giant, granted, but they still have to kind of
Holding it up.
physically zoom themselves in to get a better look at this tiny little portrait that you've received. And they kind of give it a look over. I do recall seeing this over Bentley maybe 8 months ago. But 8 months our time. I don't know about actual Dementalu time.
Okay. Any idea how to find it or track something like this?
The easiest way would be if you had some item that belonged to somebody who happens to be on the castle or a part of the castle itself. If you had something like that. Scrying,
don't-
perhaps, but it is very limited scope. You would have to know what every domain looks like in every part of it to be able to determine that.
You tried that before; it didn't work out well.
Let me see what
Yeah.
I can do.
So with how much rune
No.
travels, we're halfway there.
Well, I can see things only within 300 miles. Not 300, that's a lot more, in 3 miles, which isn't that far, but
I think it might be a little bit further than 3 miles, my dear. If it were only 3 miles away, we'd be able to see it.
Let's see it.
That is actually pretty true. We got a lead. It's not 3 miles away.
Not within 3 miles of here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good to know. Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but cloud giant castles, when you are near them, you do feel... I don't want to call it unease. That is not the right word.
It's like the calm before a storm.
Yes, there's sort of a vibrancy or a lightning within the air that makes you look up, I suppose.
Great.
And usually that is within 100, maybe 200 miles of a cloud giant castle that is
And
on the
there's
move.
nothing we could do to attract the cloud giant just to us. Just be like, hey, come here.
If you had something the cloud giant wanted, perhaps, but cloud giant castles in general tend to float on the breeze. They go wherever they intend to go.
I look at Breeze.
The thing is, we don't know if there's actually a cloud giant built on it.
There would have to be, or it would crash into the earth.
Either it's working
normal
with him.
Person or vampire wouldn't be able to control its flights.
No, not really. The cloud giant's life force is built into the very foundations of the castle grounds and essentially the chunk of earth that it happens to be built upon.
Is
would
it
take-
possible for a... Sorry.
It would take a considerable amount of magic for anyone, to be able to lift that without ingratiating themselves, ingraining themselves into every blade of grass, into every rock.
We know somebody who brought a giant within the earth back to life and helped it,
Do we?
Yeah. In Valishan, remember?
Son of...
She could be. I don't know why she would work with him. She would only ever really go out for anything of her own gain. He doesn't seem to be the type to play nice with others.
She wasn't that kind of giant, though, right?
She was an earth giant of some sort. An old mountain giant. And the safe haven was built within her. In Valishan.
Yeah, so
She was a titan.
She was like a titan,
She
yeah.
was a titan.
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you know of...
Oh my god.
Do you know of Dr. Declan Heinfrost?
Oh shit.
What?
The name does not ring a bell, should it?
No, I was just asking.
No, unfortunately not. I know not of this physician. Should we
He's
be
not
looking
really-
for him? Would he be an
He's not
asset to...
really- He's not an asset. He's the one who's in this castle.
And
Who's
he's
done
a cloud giant?
He's a vampire.
And
Oh.
a very bad person.
Yes, definitely not something we want to bring back here.
If you do see him, kill him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And make sure he can't come back.
On site. Yep.
Noted. I will keep an eye out.
Lots of sunlight.
That I do have amply.
Also, unrelated to this matter, we want to ask her about Tiptoe.
Yes, unfortunately.
Also, we'll get to the refugees momentarily.
Mhm.
Have you noticed that Tiptoe has found themselves a vessel?
I am aware of Tiptoe's movements, yes.
What the fuck?
Well, Ghost Riders are known to seek within the bowels of another entity the reasons for the way to reweave themselves, I suppose, into the tapestry.
Does the
Sometimes that means
vessel-
literally.
That's so you've seen this happen before.
Not personally. I've read about it.
Do you have these tomes?
Oh no,
Okay.
there's not a whole lot of space to carry as many books as I've read in my lifetime, and
Gotcha.
I tend to remember.
I'm just mildly
Okay.
curious because well, that whole thing in general, but also Tiptoe has decided that their vessel, its vessel, is my brother's decaying corpse, who was also in line to be an heir of Darkon. And in reinserting themselves in the weave, I don't know if that's affected by the body, or if they will somehow find themselves in line for as an heir, or I don't know how that works. I don't know how any of it works. I don't know how I work.
I can see why that would be upsetting.
I mean, Darkon, as far as we know, is mostly splintered, but the heirs still live, so, well, most of them.
I don't claim to know everything about the domains and how the rites of ascension work. It's not very often that the throne or the Dark Lord is displaced. I would assume that once your brother's body died, that broke his claim to ascension. Think of it like a magic spell. It is very much the same from what I understand. If the person who cast the spell no longer lives, that spell no longer has a source of energy, a source of power. Therefore,
what
the
if it's
spell
brought
breaks.
back?
It would still be like losing concentration on any other spell. You may have this ingrained connection to a spell that you've cast months, years ago. Something that will linger as long as you live. But once you die...
Can I make an arcane check to see if this actually checks out? I believe she's telling the truth, but I don't know. I don't know if Atlas thinks that's how that works.
Sure. You can make an arcane or nature check because your magic is mostly steeped in nature.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering because it does kind of relate back to.
He looks at
nature.
like Breeze and he looks at the others and Keli and Breeze and Atlas and stuff, and he's like,
to cast guidance. I forgot
"We
about us.
we technically died.
Yeah,
We technically died. We not so that I'm not a contender based off of that theory then anymore."
With your 17, Atlas, you do believe that she's maybe not directly on the money, but she's definitely got the right idea. It's a little bit more intricate than simply losing concentration. It's when a body dies, the soul leaves that body, therefore breaking any connection that that soul had to any magic that was cast by that soul.
When the soul dies,
The soul doesn't die, the body died.
Oh yeah, when the body dies, the soul leaves the body, breaking any connection that the soul had to the magic.
Your eyes are doing that weird thing again.
Sorry, it's just like sometimes I think really hard and this voice from above, this heavenly voice comes to me.
A god. You okay. No, all right.
We could ask Hisoka more maybe.
Escosa would probably be able to tell us more. You know, preachers Well,
Beast and monstrosities mostly, but I have some dabbling knowledge in more humanoid races. Why?
do you see that I am different now?
Oh, yes, I noticed the moment you came in. Say it out loud, Keli.
Oh, yeah, Keela is just like in the background going like,
I'm different. I need to know what is. I'm having trouble reintegrating. As we kind of mentioned, I mentioned we died, and everyone else seems to have been brought back pretty much the exact same as previously, aside from mental scars and trauma and things like that. But I am completely different, different body, different everything.
It is not a different body.
To me, it feels different. Look at my teeth.
I understand. Forgive me.
I'm not. I used to be I was almost 7 feet tall the last time you saw me. My clothes don't fit in his arm. It like literally his shirts
Doing like the
are
floppy hoodie thing.
Yeah, he like flops the cuffs all the way, like, and just goes, and he shakes his legs out, and it's just like everything's too big, and he's like, I'm leaner, I'm thinner, I'm not as strong. I don't feel what I don't know what to. This is stupid. I'm sorry. I know it's not stupid. I've learned my lesson. Don't worry, guys. I've learned my lesson. I'm just. And he just looks at everybody. He's like, I'm just having a hard time trying to just be. And you guys are kind of just. You looks like, at least on the outside, you guys looks like you're doing okay, being back. As well as we can be doing while being back, aside from all that shit. But at least you seem like you are fitting inside your bodies. Atlas, your coat looks real smooth and shiny.
What little you can see of it.
Yeah.
He is wearing 2 pairs of pants.
Yep.
Yeah, I have 2 pairs of pants, and then I have this coat to cover my 2 nipples.
Specifically, the nipples. Nothing else.
Your hair is very silky and shiny. Breeze, you have your antlers back, your tail. Keli, your hair is coming back out a color that I'd never seen before. I guess that's kind of different. I'm trying not to make it all about myself. But I'm also trying to talk about it, because we all agreed to kind of talk about things. I'm sorry that you're privy to this now. I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
We can go. I
also took a therapy mind session. I know how to help. And your specific, I don't want to say issue or ailment, because that is incorrect.
You can say that. It feels that way, but like...
But that's not what it is.
Also, my mother is spiritually attached to me.
I was wondering if you knew you had a spirit following you, but...
Yeah. When I touch her, she becomes solid. And he just goes... She used to be a banshee. I brought her back from limbo.
Does she make the sound like, like the THQ when she reappears? Or like an old VHS?
The surround sound where it like screams at you?
You're temporarily deaf for the first 2 minutes of the movie.
No, it doesn't make a sound other than her feet touching the ground as she like descends and becomes physical again.
Yeah, how do we fix that too?
Yeah, I don't.
That I'm not sure you can fix, but
and
let's.
She can't be more than 25 feet away from me. I know. I'm just struggling.
One problem at a time. Let's start with your dysmorphia. We can talk privately if you want.
This what now?
He's like punch signing at Keli. He's like punch signing. He's like, I can't fucking talk sometimes. Nothing works.
Keli's translating as he's talking.
And it's just like a string of curses.
She doesn't translate that.
Oh, now he's swearing in Celestial.
Yeah.
He's signing and swearing in Celestial.
Yeah. Athelstan. Is it okay if I touch you for a moment? Yeah? Okay. She takes her like big paws as she like sits down on her haunches, and her big paws kind of curl around you, basically in like a hug, but like how you would hug a teddy bear. Kind of like
he thinks loudly, but not like intentionally. It just like goes out to the team, and it's just like, oh my god.
so she's holding you like a doll, and
With
she
his butt
kind
in
of
the air.
no. You're on the
Shakes his
ground.
lunch money out.
You're on the ground still, you're on your feet, but she kind of like coaxes you in and like holds you against her, like her belly and her chest, and is just holding you, and you can feel like her hot breath out of her lion nose as she like breathes you in and then breathes out again, breathes you in, breathes out again. And then she speaks into your head and your head alone. I know you probably know this already, but it was not a curse, but it may as well have been being with her. It was an ailment that made you big and gave you sharp teeth. 7 different aspects or whatever. You suffered and became split. Do you remember when I first touched you, when you first came here? And the static stopped, and you were in balance?
Yeah.
That was partly her fault. This is the body that you occupy. This is the body that you should have been occupying for your entire life. And I'm sorry that you did not get to do that. There is nothing wrong with you. The way you live now is exactly as you need to live it. It may be hard, especially at first. You are what, 2 days back in this body? 3, perhaps? It will take time. But you have people who love you, who will be able to help. And it will take time to adapt, since you cannot see all around you. Since you cannot grasp things with a tail that isn't there.
It's throwing me off.
I know.
I can't balance. I can't see. I can't talk.
It is overwhelming.
My friends are tired of it.
I don't think they're tired of it. They are likely...
Look at their faces. They're tired of it.
How do you guys look?
Like this.
I'm looking at whatever's in the cage next to us.
Okay.
Atlas's eyes are just going the other way right now.
Atlas
Like
is
a
just
chameleon.
Yeah.
Breeze, how do you look?
Actually, probably doing the same thing as Keela. I kind of want to see what seemed to have her, or is it a her? Sphinx?
She, they. Yep.
She, okay.
She had a name. I forget it.
There.
Cedar forgets her name.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find it's probably in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's in my
What
notes
they're like seemed like what had them on edge.
Okay.
Like seemingly because it seemed like they were looking at that, and that's what
I'm
was
glad you
making
guys are,
them
because I want to know.
on edge.
All right. You can go ahead and make nature checks, Keeli and Breeze, to get that information. Atlas, are
I'm
you
sure this will go swimming.
thinking about anything in particular, or are you just kind of head
He's
empty, only
thinking
floof?
about, like, if we're free from curses when we die. What does that mean? Also, if Tiptoe's in Ranlar, does that mean he's free? Like, does Ranlar's body, like, still have the fate to become a Dark Lord? Or is he also severed from it? Like, what is Tiptoe's destiny? Because it wanted a destiny?
It wanted to be rewoven back into the tapestry of destiny. Not so much to have a destiny itself, but to be part of reality. Because
Do I think that Ranlar's body will self-actualize Tiptoe on Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Big brain questions right here.
You
For
can make
real,
an
though.
Arcana or nature check. And while you're doing that, I would say, based on what the Sphinx has already said, you feel that it doesn't matter that the body is still moving around. It would be connected to the soul within the body. So even though, Ranlar is dead and presumably his soul is being recycled, if he had one.
Questionable.
That soul, until it
see
is
him, I do pity
recycled,
him.
would not have a claim to the throne anymore, because that's the magic that bound it.
Yeah, but what about Tiptoe?
Tiptoe is wearing a skin suit.
Yeah, but do I believe that Tiptoe is now in the weave? Like Tiptoe wants, or is Tiptoe not in the weave? That's more my Atlas.
14? It's difficult to say with a 14.
Okay.
You do have an inspiration if you want to use it.
But we don't get an inspiration every second.
No, but you do some
Unless
awesome
you
RP.
be inspiring.
I am really cool, so
You are really cool. Actually, yeah,
I'll
for
do
real
it.
though, Atlas is the coolest out of all of us.
That's true.
No, Atlas is not.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so that's a 13 plus a 2 for Wait, I just rolled a d20. What the fuck?
That's okay. So that's 18, 19,
5.
20? Dirty 20?
Yeah, dirty 20. I'm tired.
That's okay, buddy. With a dirty 20, you hypothesize that yes, Tiptoe is within the skin suit of an heir. That does not mean that Tiptoe becomes an heir. Because it's not the body, it's not the skin suit, it's not the muscle, it's not the tissue or anything. It's the soul.
But what could equal the price of a human soul?
Woe Striders don't have souls exactly. Woe Striders are souls that have broken away from the weave. They still have a soul,
like an echo.
but it's not bound to anything. They drift. And by weaving back into the tapestry through Ranlar's body, it's possible that that soul could then go on to follow the destiny that soul was meant to follow. It doesn't mean it takes over Ranlar's destiny.
Yeah.
It's your mother.
Additionally, you're not sure that simply wearing a skin suit would actually weave Tiptoe back into the tapestry.
Mm-hmm. This sounds like a question I should ask Anrichten. Atlas thinks to himself.
Possible.
Then you remember they're keying with Ebb.
I think that they're just like hanging out, like doing pillow fights.
They're doing each other's nails and stuff.
Yeah,
Van Rechten's getting ready for his next drag show.
Yeah, that's what they're doing in Atlas's mind. They're not doing.
What did you guys get for your nature checks?
I got an 18.
I got an 8.
Good job, Keli. Coming out strong.
I know. You're back. Keli's back.
Doing great. Doing awesome. Okay, so the creature that was in the cage that she was talking to directly, it looked very odd. It's kind of tubular is the only way I can really describe it. It has like a long face and this long kind of oval but very thin mouth and dark kind of slit eyes that are buried into like the flesh and the skull.
What's No
looks-
Face doing here?
No, it's that cryptid that always cries
It
because
looks
he's so ugly.
It kind of looks like a scream mask, but with like diagonally slitted eyes instead of like big circular ones. Its upper body is very gaunt, but it also looks like it has a hump that is so large it essentially makes it necklace at the back. So it's just like hump and back of the head. But if you look at it at the front, it does have a neck. It's just like hidden behind this very long, distended jaw. The legs are actually like fucking thick. This guy does not skip leg day. Barefoot, however, and the feet themselves are very large, like very long, very wide. They're almost like if you ever see like a scuba diver's flippers, they kind of look like that, except they have the 5 toes and then very long nails at the end of them.
Wait, I know what this thing is. This thing.
And they're kind of garbed in this raggy, ratchety hood, or like a cloak that's over their body. And as you look at them, they just sort of hover. I mean, they're not hovering, but they're like swaying inside of their cage. They're disconcerting to look at, that's for sure.
I feel like Breeze and Keelai both look at it and go, huh?
Ooh.
Yeah, it definitely gives you the wigglies.
Would I recognize what this is?
Not with an 18, no.
Okay.
As a DM, I think I recognize this description. As
I
Keelai,
don't
she has
recognize this
no
description.
idea.
Yeah, fuck this thing.
There is no way I could roll high enough to actually know what this is.
Oh, okay. I know what that is. Yeah.
Yep, knew it.
Oh, yeah, I know those guys.
The only thing that I could say Room probably know about it would be anything that she might have overheard about it.
I don't think I know what this is out of character.
I hate it,
I hate those
but I
things.
love it.
I know
but
what it
hate
is.
I don't, which means I'm scared to fight it because everybody else knows what it is.
You need to not fight
Sound
it.
happy.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
It's got a giant mouth. What do you think it does with that mouth?
What that mouth do?
We might be okay at the level that we're at.
So,
Maybe.
We'd probably
They
be
great.
okay. We
You know
It's
what it
also
does?
contained at the moment, guys.
yeah.
You don't need to
we're
worry about it.
Nah, they're just sizing it up like like a bull.
You know what it does?
He likes posturing at the cage.
It grapefruit's a man. Slurping sounds.
Oh, gosh.
Wait, I have a out of character question. If we died, does that mean Elise got to hang out with us and was like, oh, time to shuffle these bodies around? Or no, because Elise isn't in this domain all the time.
Lee's probably is the one that dropped us off at freaking
Back,
Limbo.
you guys, peace again.
Make an Arcana
Oh.
check, Atlas.
So that's why it took so long. At least got.
They had to stop at Starbucks on the way there, and then not go to Starbucks.
And they passed
instead
the
go to
garage
Dunkin'.
sale.
They went to
Oh my
Dunkin'
god,
Donuts
yeah, they went to the
instead.
garage sale and they bought like all the spoons for O.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll love
Just the
this one.
spoons. Just pick those out of like all of the cutlery drawers. Left the forks and
only
knives. Yeah.
spoons. They did not buy like the expensive antiques. It was only spoons.
This
Or
is
like
good
it was like
content.
one of those wooden boxes that has like the
Hey,
designer
it's like-
spoons in it.
I've got
Yeah,
a box of
20
those.
plus
I
2.
love them shits. I
Holy
love a good
shit.
spoon.
Okay. Natural 20
I
plus
know.
2.
Nice.
Holy shit.
They're the best.
I forgot
That's
your
good.
question.
Yeah.
Did we
What
run into
happened?
Elise?
Yeah,
Oh,
When
you
we
want to
died.
Thank you,
because
thank
Elise
you.
was the one who picked up because we died, essentially.
You don't think so. Actually, you know, no. The reason you died was because somebody cast a plane shift spell.
Somebody.
And put us through a mulcher.
Essentially, because there are checks and balances in place around the domains that prevent that type of magic from functioning how it's supposed to. It is a prison. If everybody could just plane shift out, there wouldn't be anybody in the prison. That's why somebody like Azul Rex had to essentially detonate his domain in order to escape.
He used it, and he used it as a...
If he could have just plane shifted, that was a spell that he had access to. He could have just done that. The hags have plane shift. Like, if you're trying to leave the domains in total, you're gonna be met with the razor wire that surrounds the entire place, which is essentially what happened to you guys.
Yeah,
You tried to
red
plane
slicer.
shift out of the domains, hit the razor wire, and were shredded to pieces. That's why Moria had to put you back together.
So all the king's horses and all the king's Morias put us back together again. But despite this, even though our souls left our body, we weren't picked up by a very cool green spinning gem.
Holding a lantern.
Holding a lantern. Well, not holding. It's a lantern floating next to them.
With your natural 20, you feel that due to the nature of how you died, you would have been fully dead, unable to reincarnate. Your soul was shredded.
That's jacked up.
There would have been nothing left of you if one of the dark powers had not intervened.
That's jacked up.
Mhm.
So what we should do then is make all of our greater enemies plane shift so that they can't be reincarnated.
They have to plane shift out of the domain. So like going from Barovia to Valishan or whatever, that would have been okay provided the Dark Lord has their walls open.
Now we gotta trick them.
Honestly, I thought that's what we were doing.
So because she tried to take us to Faerun.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing. I thought we were going to Barovia or something, or Carnival. But
Listen,
then
we were in the middle of a battle and I panicked, okay?
No, chill out. I love the decision, okay? No, I'm just saying that's what I thought at the time. It does make sense, because that's the thing that you knew. That's a place you knew that was safe, and that's a place that you felt comfortable back before this whole shit started. And of course you want to get out of the domains. Fuck this place.
Yeah, it makes total sense, but like, that information is just something you didn't have access to. That wasn't...
How are we supposed to know that?
There's no lore other than Aslan of anybody escaping the domains, other than the Vistani who can leave freely.
And apparently now we're Zero.
There are reasons.
She wasn't even supposed to be here.
I imagine, like, if somebody's supposed to be here, the domains ain't gonna let them go if they try to plane shift. But if they're not supposed to be here, they can probably just get out just fine.
They get
you also had a dark power basically opening the door.
Okay, toodles.
And, the player was bored of the character, so I had to make it work.
Story choices. Shut up.
Something dark side.
I'm the DM. I do what I want.
Yes. So there's, like, plane shift aside, it worked out great for the story. That's all that matters. So Keelai, Artemis, Katie, stop beating yourself up.
Yeah, literally we just hit a wall. Your magic worked. If the wall wasn't there, we would have been out.
Also, now we got all this cool story lore.
Yeah, fuck the law. I mean the wall. That too.
Fuck both.
Fuck the wall.
A Hades from Hades Town starts singing "Why Do We Build a Wall" in the background.
Oh, what is it good? Oh.
So the Sphinx still has you against her, Athelstan, and it's just a gentle embrace. It's not restricting you in any way. It's just kind of holding you there, kind of giving you like a grounding, essentially. It's not the same as when she touched you last and like removed the static to put you back in balance, but it has the same sort of feeling to it. It's comforting.
The magic is so big now. It's so big, I don't know. I'm afraid to touch it. When I touched it last, I felt like I was high. I tried to see, and I saw a lot of stuff.
That would do it. I would be
A
intimidated
lot of
too.
stuff.
But
Big. It's so big.
that's how it always was supposed to be. Your father was restricted by books and what he could carry with him. Of course, he would make you better. And then she restricted it all.
I know that I understand that. She put it through a filter, but it's so big now, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I just don't know.
You could always just try and see what happens.
That's true.
Tommen would probably be the best to speak to about this.
Yeah,
Experimentation.
Fuck around and find out. I should
More
probably
or
get my
less.
arm back from them, absolutely. That sounds like a great plan. All gods know what they've done to it now, but this will be interesting. I felt like I don't know where to focus. I used to have an orb, but now I don't have an orb. It's just really big. Yeah. Hi guys, what you look? Oh, what is that? What you guys looking at? Oh.
Yes, that is the Bodak we picked up a few moons ago.
I've only seen illustrations of those things. It was a scary story that they told around the campfire. I don't like it. Oh, that's real. Okay.
Would
my God.
Runem run into this thing?
No. I mean, outside of the
Well-
carnival, no. But
Well,
once it
Bodak
was here,
horseman.
yeah.
Bodak horseman.
Bodak horseman.
Maybe he was a horseman beforehand. Who knows?
The
Kept his head on.
Their mouths aren't as big as they were as they were portrayed to be. They're still very big. But...
oh, that's its resting face.
Oh, I hate that.
Quite gross.
You
We're
should see its
basically
bitch face.
waiting until we get to another domain to drop it off.
What do you do with that thing? Like, what's
Right now, just contain it.
What are you gonna do with it after?
Drop it off.
Where?
But if everybody in the ocean,
No, Fostimeyer, probably.
Bostonmeyer.
Hmm.
Do they dabble in dealing with empty gourds that
Well, they are a domain of the undead, so I would assume so.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. It's the city of the dead!
Here is what I think, Athelstan. You must find yourself a, if you will pardon the expression, focus. And I don't mean look inward and try to be all meditative and stuff. You're not a monk. You need an actual object.
If I had a choice, I would have been a bard.
Either way, you need an actual object with which to funnel your magic through. It will help you focus it. It will help you control it.
What kind of object?
Anything would work. An arcane sigil. I myself use an orb, and she reaches into kind of one of the pouches on her belt and pulls out what looks to be a giant pearl. It fits in her hand, so you can imagine how large it is. It has this sort of multicolored iridescent as she moves it. The torchlight.
Breeze Atlas, look how shiny it is.
It's very shiny. It's very pretty. And
Alice's eyes are huge.
you all can feel sort of the energy of magic around it.
Humana.
Do we hear this end of the conversation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Athelstan is literally speaking out loud. He's like, Keli, Breeze, Atlas, look at it. It's so shiny.
Keli literally just takes her halo and holds it out to Athelstan. This is yeah, pretty much. It's kind of what happens.
Just like clunks our heads together. Ow!
This is
He doesn't let go of it though. He's like
you get the
it.
sense that that's Keli's focus.
This is mine. It was a gift from, well, you'll forgive the expression, an oyster titan.
That's amazing. I didn't know that there were oyster titans. Are there titans for everything?
They weren't called the throat goat, were they?
Throat goat?
Don't think so.
The fuck are you talking about?
I've heard neck lamb before, but not throat goat.
Oyster.
Maggie, what the hell was that character's name?
Wisteria.
They were.
Yeah, that one.
Wisteria, yeah.
They were a water titan, but they chose the form of a giant oyster.
Atlas isn't freaking out about oysters. It's only Maggie out of character.
Oysters are delicious.
Who is
his
a
titan's
big
name?
Rune is
What?
trying to remember what Titans are.
You wouldn't be able to pronounce it, and I cannot pronounce it in this form. But it was a gift from her, and it became my focus. It is how I control my magic, so it does not control me.
That doesn't sound very good.
It's the same way you are feeling now. Consider... Have you ever seen lightning strike a metal pole?
I've seen lightning strike a lot of things. Yes.
And you know how it keeps that vibration, that electricity in it afterwards?
Yeah. Tastes weird.
Exactly.
I don't lick the pole, Breeze. I can just taste the air around it, you know?
Okay.
I got struck by lightning before. My friend did it.
He's not our friend.
That...
He did strike you with lightning, and I'm still pissed about it.
Oh, that taste. Yeah.
discharge.
There you go.
That discharge is what the
Ugh.
arcane focus would basically funnel off you so that it doesn't continue to build within you. Does that make sense?
I feel like a lava lamp. Got it. I'm like a lava lamp. Got it. I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. You're speaking in images, and I'm understanding the images. Sorry, I'm gesturing wildly, and my mage hand isn't like staying with my arm. It's a little weird.
That's okay.
Ha! Tommy! Because it's tense right there.
You let go of the halo, and it just wings back into place.
Yeah.
The mage hand floats back over.
Whack!
Ow! I bring it back over, and I go. Rubbing little knuckles. Okay, thank you.
I may have
Thank
such
you.
items that I could share with you, but I'm sure there are others that would be able to help you better. Your party alone may have an item that could help you.
I'll keep you in mind. I'll keep you in mind.
Of course.
Isn't that font? It feels like a garden in a graveyard.
It is sort of like that.
I don't understand how it can be. It doesn't. It used to be the black and the green, but it's not that. But it is that. But it's not.
It's difficult to explain, but you know how
Yeah.
when she was controlling how much power you had, and you only had a limited ability to cast your more powerful spells.
Yeah.
But then you had the little napskis.
Yeah.
Essentially the same thing, except
Yeah.
you don't need the nap.
Yeah, I got that part. I got that part a lot. I feel like guys, you don't understand. I feel the filter that I used to experience magic through is gone, and I feel like it increased tenfold. If I had body hair, it would be standing on end.
You look down at your arm and you can see body hair.
Fuck!
Rune understand. Rune actually understand this.
Feeling a little scruffy. You look down your pants. It's a little scruffy.
What?
Congratulations, you hit puberty.
Again.
No, it's like Rune actually understands this whole when he said filter, because something she used to have that did basically the same thing in her backstory, if Effie remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Breeze, feel it. Takes your hand.
It's
Yeah.
got like that.
Course.
Yeah, like
5
you
o'clock shadow.
shaved at 8. It's now like 9 or 10 at night.
Uh-huh.
Got that scratchiness.
Oh no, he's a fat. Oh, he's gonna be a hairy boy. Oh dear, this is gonna be interesting. I got leg hair.
Right now, all I'm imagining now is Athelstan with that French pencil mustache. Like,
Next time we see Athelstan, he's got like the 17-year-old puberty stash. Just like
Nope,
clinging.
I'm
clinging
Athelstan
to that.
is like Athelstan reaches out of the panel that we are in and like wafts that image away. Torben! Remember when you learned how? Remember when? Oh no!
I could wax your face.
What?
I could wax your face if it's growing too quick.
Oh, I thought you said whack my face, and I got
Well, that too.
Excited?
Rune,
Breeze. He leans in very close and he says, "Don't start something that you can't finish right now."
I got all my spells.
Kinky.
Eli just makes like a gagging sound and walks outside.
Oh, you're talking like that.
Rune,
Oh,
Rune
you
just,
you weren't?
Rune,
Okay.
Rune just blinks, very confused.
No, you weren't. Okay, never mind.
Because Rune doesn't know what the hell you're gonna do with wax.
That sounds
Oh,
like
you don't want to know.
It
sounds like it would be
depends.
painful. I'm not sure about waxing my whole body. I'm not sure that would be. I feel like it'd be painful. I pulled a leg hair out of Keeli's shin one time, that she she punched me in the face.
Rune not recommend wax. One of the Skira tried that one time on Rune. It not feel good.
Okay.
Oh no, it's traumatized.
Oh, it's adorable. Oh, it's traumatized. All right. Thank you very much, Seraphina.
I would suggest going and finding one of these focuses before too long.
Okay.
It will help.
I don't.
As a warning, if you do not obtain one, the magic will eventually come out whether you want it to or not.
Like a wet dream.
You don't. Please. My mother is right there.
Uh-huh.
I want to die.
No.
I'm gonna go and walk into the forest and become a tree. Bye.
No.
And he
you don't have
walks.
that spell.
He
You don't
walks
have
out
that
the back.
spell.
He walks out the back of the tent towards Tommen's tent.
Okay. What do the rest of you
do?
Keely's already outside.
Okay.
Athelstan's gonna become a tree, Keela, and then what if he doesn't want to speak with plants to me? Also, I don't think he can do that yet.
Atlas, sweetie, everybody wants to talk to you. I promise it will be okay.
If I was a tree, I'd still love you, Atlas.
Same.
Cool.
Yeah.
If I can get this focus thing fixed up, I'll turn into a horse so you can turn into a man.
Yeah.
I have an idea for that.
To become a
Okay.
horseman?
Actually, I have a couple of ideas for that.
Tommen,
For the
are you
horseman?
here? Tommen. Oh, it smells like sulfur. Is this going to blow up? Hello?
Tommen is not in.
Fuck's sake, Bill!
You assume Bill is with Tommen.
You want me to locate object?
No, I'll just follow the fucking beast, the fucking, half tunnel that Bill leaves behind him wherever he goes. He starts walking.
Eli?
I guess I follow Ethelstan.
What is, so tell us about this idea you got.
Okay, what did Keela, because she's dealt with magic pretty much her entire life.
Mhm.
She knows that these focuses need to be sort of important to the person that's wielding it, right?
Yes and no. It can be. It would be probably stronger or more powerful if it was something that was close to them, but you can buy arcane focuses at like a shop.
What
Do
if I
they
made
need
it one
to
of my
be-
bones?
Well, do they need to be something that's like a certain gold's worth? I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember like
No.
character. No? Okay. So Keela just like holds up her hand and points at where she has Atlas's friendship bracelet. And looks at Athelstan.
That's different. That's personal.
So is a focus. That's the whole point.
Doesn't...
You get your strength from us. Like we get our strength from you.
Try it. Worst case, it doesn't work.
I don't even really think I know any spells aside from prestidigitation.
Try that.
Rune thought that Rune's strength came from Buddy, not others.
No, it's a metaphor. It's more like strength in numbers. Like pack tactics.
Rune know
Mm.
that.
Do you try to cast a spell?
I guess I'll try.
Okay.
He'll, no, he probably shouldn't use it on his face. He's gonna try and use prestidigitation to get rid of the beard.
I feel like this is a precursor for a lesson in gun safety.
Yeah.
Don't point
Yeah.
the barrel at your face.
He'll try
I
and
take
just
the
Like the
handkerchief.
campsite that you guys had.
He'll just
I-
try
I-
and make.
I take a handkerchief, put some dirt on it. Try it.
You could have just prestidigitated to make it dirty. I'm just saying.
Not everything has to be
Needs
done
to
with
be
magic.
done with magic.
Sometimes we like to do things. We're not the
know.
wizards of the tower who shit themselves on the regular and then prestidigitate it away. Fucking adult diaper my ass. I hate those guys. And the women who are there hate them too. Anyway, he's gonna
If this
he'll
doesn't work,
try.
I've got a bunch of gemstones in my bag that you can use.
Rune confused. Why not just have Exostand?
No,
This one's
stick
brother.
one or the other. Apple stand, please, or Axel. That's it.
Axle grease.
And
Oh, you have your brother do what?
Fake
my brother.
hand focus.
Take hand focus.
Make
Fake.
my hand focus.
Like
What do you-
build the focus into the hand.
I mean,
Yeah, I assume kind of like an armor artificer, like their suit can kind of be their focus.
Mm-hmm.
he's like trying the friendship bracelet, and it's just like,
So you're casting Prestidigitation?
he's trying.
Okay.
And he does it like Breeze does it, because that's the way he only knows how to do it.
So sort of like Tobey Maguire trying to get the
Yeah.
spider silk to leave his wrist.
Am I not doing it gay? Am I not doing it gay enough?
All right. So as you are trying to clean the handkerchief, which is something you can do as long as it's smaller than a cubic foot. This is definitely smaller than that.
Nah, it's just a
You-
massive ass handkerchief.
Follow what Breeze does to cast Prestidigitation, and wherever the dirt was, disappears. So now you have a holy handkerchief.
Oh,
Holy handkerchief.
are you okay? He like looks through
Yeah?
the hole at you. I'm sorry.
Great. We need to see if Toman has any grenades. Make some holy hand grenades.
I don't know. Someone can mend it. I know how to sew. I mean,
Holy handkerchief, Batman!
it'll be patched.
They'll
Wait,
be
does
very,
anybody know
very
mending?
small.
Anybody know mending? Can you not mend something that doesn't exist? I don't think I. If that's what prestidigitation
do.
does,
I do.
Oh, you
I
do?
know mending.
here you go.
I
Rune,
know mending.
We're like following the footprints like Scooby Doo while we're talking.
rune not good with spells.
Atlas, do you cast mending?
I cast mending.
The handkerchief is mended. It's almost like it goes back in time. And it's dirty again.
Show
Cool.
me how to do that.
Cast mending or make the handkerchief dirty again, because I don't know
What?
how he did that part.
what kind of gesture do you do when you mend?
I do like.
Do you go
I
like that?
Yeah, I kind of like you know, like you're pretending to repair something. I kind of just like,
Like a spanner?
yeah, like that. But I hold it in one hand, and then with the other hand, I like add the secret sauce, the magic sauce.
Yo, you go like,
Atlas is taking
Salt Bae on it.
yeah.
Atlas is taking their mime classes to heart.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
cleaned.
Well,
Or it's not clean,
that,
sorry, it's mended but dirty.
Try it
Re-dirty.
again. Press the. Oh, you did a swish that time.
Same thing happens.
Fuck.
It's getting clean, technically.
Is erasing it from existence count?
It's no longer dirty. It's Schrodinger's handkerchief.
I mean,
Okay, what if we
Rune,
just
can
like?
you help us find Tommen, please?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Atlas.
I was gonna say, what if we just washed it with water? Like I could shape water on it.
No, it's more so the fact that I'm trying to use magic that I don't really know how to use. I mean,
Okay.
it's really
Um,
big. It's really big. It's like my room is full. The cloche is full. No room. It's like when we were all sleeping in there, Minotaur included.
And then Baelish's hand appeared.
No,
Oh.
Rolled a 23 to find Toman.
he's fine. I don't think that was actually his hand. I hope not.
Athelstan, make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. +6, baby. I'm a smart boy. Oh, I'm not a smart boy. Never mind.
You have an inspiration?
I'll use the inspiration then. Yeah.
That was a natural one. Just putting it out there.
Sake. I mean, it works. Actually, you know what? What was this for?
You don't know.
Oh, okay.
Something to do with your magic, it looks like.
Okay. I mean, it would make sense. I don't know. If it's a natural one again, then the dice will decide, I guess.
16. Okay. You have a 16. Actually, you put the wrong thing in the jar. Hang on.
Uh-oh, sorry.
No, you're okay. You actually have a dirty 20.
Oh, yay! Because it's a +6. Oh, I did insight. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
+2 intimidation! Hell yeah. I'm scary.
You seem to recall in your possession in this body, you have a very powerful crystal in your bag.
Yeah. I do. Ooh! I got
Could
it back from
be
Sly.
useful in this situation.
Could You guys remember that you remember Ozem's crystal?
Or not know.
Can a magical item that's already got its own thing going on be an arcane focus?
Absolutely.
Also, I feel like our track record with magical shiny rocks is 2 now, and I don't think it's very good. Now I'm starting to worry, and he just puts it back in the bag. He's like, I don't know if I want to use that as a conduit to amplify my already amplified shit.
Blows
It's
up
not
the carnival.
amplifying it. It's focusing it.
What did you say, Breeze? I'm sorry, you were going to say what?
Yeah, I mean, like, my wand of web can technically be a focus. Generally, I just cast web with it, but it can be a focus if
It'd be like
needed.
Eugene and carry a stick. Well, it was a staff.
Please tell me when you flicked your wrist like that, you just cast and it just flattened out the stand to the ground.
I accept my fate. I deserve
getting slapped, getting webbed. Good God.
He's like, this is not
I break concentration.
He's like, this is not the bondage that I wanted.
Your mother's right there.
Oh my God!
You're an adult, darling. It's fine.
Yeah, but now I'm starting to wonder if it's like, I don't know, what's the etiquette?
I don't know. I died when you were a child. Don't think I didn't see you running around the gardens. I'm just saying, I had a bird's eye view. Not that I was looking, you were there sometimes, and I just happened to look in that. Never mind.
A lot of things happen.
I know.
Oh my God. Even everyone. Whenever she and I would oh my God. Whenever we would bring somebody back with oh my God. Okay. Yep, that's great. So I've just learned that my mother has witnessed me participate in a garden orgy. This is great. Where's Tobin, Rune? Woo!
Rune, you have the scent. More of Bill than of Tommen, but their scents are like so interwoven. One will lead to the other.
Yep. One smells like earth, one smells like a bomb. Thank you though, Breeze. That made my back feel a lot better.
No problem.
Yeah. Keeli. Why are you making that
What?
face?
I'm making a face.
You sad. Sad Keeli.
Why would I be sad?
I don't know.
Guess you're Keeli.
Cause you're Keeli.
Fair.
We're all kind of sad. How's everybody doing, huh? How's everyone doing? Sorry, I'm just trying to try. I'm trying to try. I don't know. How do you guys act around your mothers?
I don't know.
How would you act around your mothers?
Rune never know her birth mother.
Do you even have a mother, Keeli? You were like,
Yeah,
you like born
yes,
from
I
like
do.
Like a cloud egg? If
A
anyone,
plague.
No.
to be honest with you, if any one of us were born from an egg, it would be you.
Did you just think Keeli popped out like an adult or something?
Well, they were like a deva. They were like a fluffy little angel.
Oh, were you like small?
I was
and
not fluffy or little. I was almost 12 feet tall.
You were born 12 feet tall?
No, when I was born, I was like half that size. But
6 feet tall.
You were
Davis
small.
are huge.
Rune
Bye,
Ping-
Scribbly.
Or Cripply.
Bye, Scribbly.
Bye,
Oh my God.
Scribbly.
Your poor mother.
Ripley!
Your poor
Rune-
mother.
Tired.
Rune think that would hurt.
Yeah, it sounds
Davis
like it would
are
hurt.
huge. You think that's bad? You should see what solars look like.
What do you always look like?
Oh, they're green, aren't they?
They're huge. No, those are planetars.
Oh, I thought they were
What's
blue.
a planetar?
I thought a planetar was blue.
Solars are like golden angels. They're giant. They're huge.
Cool.
And then
Okay,
Davis
well-
are like the next one down, and then planetars are.
Well, you've
after
had
that.
well, granted, you've also had like a couple thousand years to kind of get used to being in this body. Granted, you don't remember much of that, but like also, at half your height. That sucks. I'm sorry. Hi, Scribbly.
There's
Half your
Gripply.
height. I'm sorry.
I
that
don't
sucks.
know.
What
I
did your
was a
teeth
baby.
look
I
like?
don't know.
You don't know. Breeze. What is modicum of culture around centaur mothers and such? Not centaur mothers, sorry, satyr
Satyr.
mothers. I was thinking about Atlas. Yeah, satyr mothers and such.
Well, at least in Carthagis, it's pretty wide open, very entertainer
The Partridge Family.
centric. So, yeah,
The what family?
group of
No, I just.
The Partridge Family.
family that
No,
rides
yeah,
around in a
Cedar
box.
knows. Applestan doesn't. You guys.
It was a
were
family of famous bards.
I was gonna say you guys were a family
Rode
of
around in a box.
grouses.
Yep.
Family of grouses, huh? Okay.
In a pear tree.
Yep.
On the first day of Breeze, Atlas says, I had a mom.
What would you do?
She kind of just let me do whatever I wanted. She was, busy because she was in the carnival. So it's kind of like, like it takes a village to raise a centaur. She mostly just let the village raise me.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Cause like I don't know. Some of the times you talk about when you were young and it sounds sad.
I don't feel sad about it.
I'm glad
But
that you
if
don't
it's
feel
sad, then I'm sorry.
No, like I just hope that little Atlas wasn't ever lonely.
Oh, little Atlas sometimes got lonely, but it was okay because I'm used to being by myself. Actually, a lot of the times in the carnival, you're not actually by yourself because like you're surrounded by people, but sometimes you feel alone. But now that I started traveling with you guys, like I'm around people, but I don't feel alone anymore. It's a nice feeling.
It's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
It's good to have friends. He notches an arm around you.
Yeah. I go short,
Thanks,
Rob.
Appreciate you.
Rune
Sorry I
alone.
blew a hole in your handkerchief twice.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I
Rune-
smacked you in the head with my hat.
it's okay.
I said that
Rune-
to Tequila. Sorry, Rune. Go ahead.
Rune alone most times.
Why?
Somehow I doubt that and is gonna be the case anymore.
Yeah, now you're stuck with us. Unless you die like our other friends did, or turn on us and abandon us.
Were you assigned to keep an? Is this soul having you keep an eye on us?
Oh,
I mean, a friend of Atlas, friend of, usually at least someone I'd like to find trustworthy. But you also keep referring to Ginrick and Dez as your friend, and sometimes I'm concerned about what you think friends should do. Atlas.
Des was our friend until
Yeah.
he turned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
That was the first time I saw you mad at somebody.
Yeah, from what
genuine.
Ahsoka said, I feel kind of sad because there's like no way for the Des that I knew to come back. But like I also get sad about Yinrik because it's not like Yinrik's controlled by some magical artifact. He's just Yinrik.
A douche.
I you know,
Yidrik who?
he's the one who lightning me, the story I just told. Um it's a long story. He looks like this and Atlas like draws like ears above his head.
Do we smell explosions or something? Do we come across?
Yeah,
something?
the smell of upturned dirt and sulfur definitely becomes more apparent as you're approaching and following Rune.
Tommen, what are you doing up there?
Did
Down there.
Your entrance into a new clearing is hailed by several pops of black powder and that sort
Cover
of
your eyes.
rushing whoosh of ozone and sulfur again. You look over and you see Bill kind of like dancing around, and every time he lands, there's like a little explosion under his feet. And you look a little
Oh.
closer and you can see he's got like sandals on.
He's got the shoes. He's got the little tappers. I can't. Oh, he's so happy. I imagine his tongue is hanging out like toothless.
Yeah. Tommen is like trying to keep a beat. And honestly, between the two of them, it just looks like young Frankenstein when they're trying to do putting on the Ritz.
Boo! You suck at keeping a beat.
Shut up, Athelstan.
It's
You're gonna
okay,
throw
you're
Bill off
smart.
his rhythm.
Rune confused new sideshow.
That's exactly what it is, Rune. Have you ever
Can you
seen a
get-
tap dancing ballet that explodes every time he taps? No,
It is
I didn't
pretty-
think
It
so.
is pretty amazing. He also looks like he's having a great time. Can you give me a hand?
Yeah, what do you need a hand? Oh, right. Yeah. So Tommen like turns to you and digs into their bag of holding, pulls out your arm. It looks the same, mostly.
I squint at him.
What?
What did you do?
I made it better, obviously.
All right. He like opens his shirt and gets and like takes it, does the straps and stuff.
Yeah. Tommen helps you like get all strapped in, stock over the stump, the whole thing. It feels better. It moves with a bit more fluidity. You feel like you have a little bit more control over the fingers.
The articulation's good.
Right?
Some of your best work, I'd say.
Oh, I wouldn't point your palm at your face until you figure out how to use it.
What? Why? Tommen, hang on a second. You always have such a really good feel for things that are super magical. And I take his hand and I put it on my on my chest, and then I like going like this. I'm just like, feel that?
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of magic, man.
What do you think this is for? And he like taps your knuckles, your metal knuckles.
Oh, that's a quite nice noise. And he like taps his he does like the little tickety tick tick tickety.
Yeah. I got you covered, big bro. Relax.
You knew all this fucking time that I was you knew I need. Okay,
What?
prestidigitation.
What are you prestidigitate?
The hanky.
It is perfectly clean.
Bruce, I did it.
I see.
I did it. What does the palm do? Why do I need to be careful about pointing it at people and at my face? This is my left hand. I do a lot of things with my left hand, Tommen.
Gross.
What?
Huh?
Wouldn't and he just
He
like
was
kind of
just dying in the background.
there's
laughing.
there's like a blush on his cheeks, and he's like, "Wouldn't you like to know?
A single tear.
Wouldn't you like to know?"
They take your hand and like hold your knuckles in their palm and then move in such a way that your hand is pointing away from everybody else. And then he bends your fingers like you're going for a G-spot.
Spider-Man.
Flames! Fire!
Oh my god! Oh
That's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
no! Great balls of fire!
With a flaming G-spot.
You should get that looked at.
You
Eli's
have
just rolling
no
on the ground
idea
more.
how long I've been sitting on this.
I've been trying to find it for the past 30 minutes.
I know. Anyway.
G-spot?
No, he knows where that is.
Girl, it's right behind the pubic bone. Anyway.
It's easy. It's easy.
Obviously not, because otherwise guys would have more success at that.
You think they would have more success because theirs is just a clitoris that fell out. It's the same shit. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Also, according to the American government, all the cis men are trans men now.
Yes, correct. Anyway, we're going to go raid Kobold Curios. Thanks for sticking with us and watching by. Ark, go ahead and send me a message with whatever question you had. I'll see what I can do to help you. You can do it on Twitch or Discord. I think you have my Discord. Whatever. It's fine.
Also, Ferret had a good point about a jar of owl bears. Like a jar of bees, but a jar of owl bears.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you froze for a second.
No,
Sorry.
no. Just froze in confusion. Anyway. City. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to come and find us at GaryCon if you're going. We'll see you when we see you. Bye.
Bye.
Gush of